Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I had an incredibly hard time trying to pick a topic for this video, but I finally landed on emotions because that is like a universal language that I feel like we all can speak, but we can't always translate well. Recently, I came across this book called The Language of Emotions by Karla Mclaren. I thought she just had this very beautiful way of translating emotion, the language of emotion, into this very poetic kind of illustrative, or I should say like more of like a visually evocative format. So I've drawn a lot of inspiration from that book. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through each of the emotions one by one, give them a kind of a caricature, something like a fashion runway show, where each one of them will come on stage and you can better understand who they are and what they mean, what they feel like. So that's what this video is going to be. So let's just jump right into it. I have the list right here and we're just going to read through each one. So here we go. Starting with sadness. Sadness is the rain. She is soft, cleansing, and releasing. She arrives to help you let go of what cannot stay. She loosens your grip and clears away what has been lost. She adds depth to your humanity, humility to your heart, and helps you connect more deeply. When she is blocked, life becomes numb, stagnant, and brittle. When she flows, she washes away the old and waters the ground for something new to grow. Next is joy. Joy is the deep reservoir of life. She is warm, buoyant, expansive, and nourishing. Unlike her sparkly sister, happiness, who is quick and bubbly, joy runs deeper. She is a steady current you can draw from even in the dark. She shows you what you love, what lights you up and sustains you. When she is blocked, everything feels hollow and unreachable. When she flows, she enlivens your spirit, turns life into a celebration, and reminds you how good it feels to be alive. Next is anger. Anger is the protector. She is hot, pulsing, but also clarifying. She rises to defend what you value and shows you where your boundaries have been crossed. She is the fire at the edge of your being, burning in your chest, in your face, in your eyes. When she is blocked, she curdles into resentment, bitterness, or violence. When she flows, she fuels your courage, restores your strength, and shields what you hold sacred. Next is fear. Fear is like a live wire. She is electric, alert, and quick. She sharpens every sense, keeps you present, and keeps you ready. She is the tremor in your skin, the quickening in your chest, the spark in your eyes. When she is blocked, she twists into panic, into anxiety, and into paralysis. When she flows, she fuels your focus, heightens your awareness, and guides you safely through the unknown. Next are the moral emotions, shame and guilt. Shame is the internal alarm. She is the heat of the blush on your cheeks. Her voice says, "I am bad," and sometimes she is wrong. Often she speaks with the voice of others, even if your core is still intact. But sometimes she is right. She rises when you step outside your integrity, when you wound others, and when you lose yourself. When she is blocked, she hardens into a cage of self-hatred, a suffocating weight that makes you disappear. When she flows, she is a moral creature. She teaches humility, course corrects your path, and draws you back into your humanity. Guilt. Guilt is the weight of your actions. She is like a branching river that connects you to others. Her voice says, "I did something bad." She reminds you of the ripples your choices create and urges you to repair what's been harmed. When she is blocked, the river stagnates. It twists into denial, blame, or self-punishment. When she flows, she carries you toward repair, restores trust, and brings you back into integrity with the world. Next are the social emotions, the sisters, envy and jealousy. Envy. Envy is the sister who longs for what she doesn't have. She is the vision board gone wrong. Her energy cuts and points. She is like a mirror, showing you what you lack. She is the jewel that catches your eye in everyone else's life. When she is blocked, she hardens into bitterness and spite towards the world. When she flows, she reveals your hidden desires and guides you toward what you truly want. Jealousy. Jealousy is the sister who tries to guard love. Her energy is like thorns and roses, both wounding and alluring. She is like a flame circling what you cherish, a wall guarding the garden inside. When she is blocked, she twists into suspicion, control, and rage. When she flows, she reminds you of the bonds you treasure and urges you to tend them with care. And finally, the great forces that shape every emotion: hate and love. Hate. Hate is the great shadow emotion. Most people can't see through her smoky veil. She tries to block the light of awareness and will twist what you really feel by cloaking your wounds in darkness. She is the mask for fear, the shield for sadness, and the imposter of love. A false shine that hides the truth. She thrives on your ignorance and keeps you in the dark. She teaches you to blame instead of heal, and she feeds on illusion and division. But when the light shines on her, she is stripped of her disguise. She reveals the wounds beneath and all the fears you've been hiding. And finally, love. Love is the great light. She is warm, radiant, and connecting. She moves through every emotion, illuminating what is hidden, revealing what is true, and transforming what is broken. She is the tenderness in sadness, the focus in fear, the wisdom in anger, the light within joy itself. Love is always there. It can only be obscured by shadow. She can be mistaken for control, possession, and obsession, but the truth is, she never changes. When she shines fully, she heals and restores. She leads you back into belonging, rekindles trust, and shows you every emotion can become whole in her light. And that wraps up the show. So I think it's really important to listen to your emotions and try to understand them deeply. I feel like there's just so much of this world right now that tries to ignore them, and I'm speaking for myself mostly. I spent the majority of my life trying to be a very logical type of person, and I feel like when you're somebody who is like that and you end up just repressing all of everything that you're feeling, you end up being more ruled by your emotions than you realize. I think emotions are also just beautiful. It is so wonderful to have like the fullness of a sensation inside of yourself and just allow it and try to understand it. It's very artistic, you know. It makes life more fulfilling. That is the message for the day. Drop in the comments your guys' thoughts on emotions. Are you someone who represses them? Do you understand them yourself? Is it easy for you to translate this emotional language? Let me know in the comments and I will read them. Thank you, everyone. I will see you all next time.